We return! Haha! Valiant and successful. Oh wait, not that. Let me have a look at do we have a specific Undertaker Perilous Journey 6 minus? We do. Excellent. Great. Danger comes upon you unawares. Oh, I know what this is. Great, cool. So yeah, you remember how I talked about like a big thing like wandering around in the forest previously?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What have I done?
I think at some point, Caltamox is like dodging through the trees, and like jumps from like one bough to another, and just gets snatched out of the air, by something with like large teeth and a big long neck, and like this thing that had been like standing perfectly still in amongst the the trees and things, suddenly starts like tossing Caltamox around and trying to shake the life out of her.
Help me!
What do?
That's my new best friend!
This thing is probably this thing is Dungeons and Dragons wise huge. It is it's probably standing on, it's got two like big muscular legs that it stands on like tree trunks, and then just like I think 6 smaller little arms on its body that are like atrophied from lack of use, mostly because it's like elongated neck and like horrible toothy maw are plenty able to reach where it wants. It doesn't appear to have any eyes. The closest thing it has is just like 2 holes on the top of its like big toothy head.
Sensory array.
And yeah, it's just tossing your friend around, shaking the life out of her.
I'm going to charge in.
Gonna hit it with your spear?
Yeah, like with an eye towards like trying to jab at where Caltamox is to like just like let her go.
Right. So your intention is to like distract it or make cool.
Just before we roll anything, can I get to my dagger, like, or is it too difficult for me to get to?
We'll jump to that in a second.
It's just that.
Do you have a move that triggers?
I have something that might assist other people in the party.
Yeah, cool. I mean, yes, you can definitely get to your dagger.
Okay. If I can just sort of stab the. Is it a hand that's holding me?
No, it's imagine like a trunk with like jaws and teeth on the end, and then that has like some little holes in the with a trunk with a skull on the end that is biting you. Right.
Okay, because I mean my the main point was I've got a dagger which has touch poison on it, serpent's tear I think it is, which I don't have the description handy. Basically lets people re-roll their attacks. Right.
I don't think that anyone's going to have access to that at the moment, but like we can see what that looks like in a second. Like if you're going to throw it to someone or similar.
Oh no, it's a touch poison on the dagger.
So you would have to. So if you were to attack with the dagger, then you'd be able to re-roll that. But for now, I think Sean is gonna. So if your intention is specifically to like free your friend, so that might not be a hack and slash, right? If that's not what you're trying to do, if you're not trying to just do damage, because hack and slash is specifically to try and do that. I think that sounds like you're defying danger with strength.
Okay, I am willing to do that.
Where sense. The outcome that you want is that you manage to distract it before it can seriously injure your friend, whereas the outcome that you're avoiding is it's gonna like get some teeth into Caltamox.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I would rather that not happen.
Yeah, cool. Does that like are those terms acceptable to you? As far as like, is that what your intention is? Have I interpreted that correctly?
Yeah, that's that makes sense.
Mhm.
So
Cool.
all right, here we go.
Nicely done.
11.
Excellent. So yeah,
That's-
you like what does it look like? Do you like jam your spear between its teeth, or do you just like stab it until it lets go? Or
I do think I think I rush in there, and I think there's like a bar where the blade of the spear is, and like I just shove the tip of the spear up and like catch it, like and try to use it as like a wedge to pry the creature's jaw open like a bit more, so Caltamox can get free of it.
yeah, cool. I think like like you do this and like Caltamox just kind of like tumbles out of its jaw, and I think lands in one of the like boughs of the tree, like you know like hooked over it, but it means that like you're not falling the whole way to the ground. But yeah, I think for this moment you're like wrestling with it and it's gonna try and like break your spear. Like, what's the plan? Are you gonna like back out and go for another thing? Is someone else gonna come and help you?
Do I have the correct read on the idea this thing is quite tall and in essence exists on two big trunky feet, and the way in which it exists in the world is it has a sharp mouth and it snatches things out of the air with its sharp mouth and eats them.
Yeah.
Great.
Let me see if I can. I'll draw you a picture. How's that sound?
Sure, I'm into pictures.
All right. I like doodling.
So good. I like it. It keeps showing up like in pieces for me. It's really
only
great.
when I finish like drawing a line.
Yeah, it's delightful. So there's like this really great etch a sketch mystery going on.
Yeah, and then
It's a
like,
cutie.
that's like a
Yeah.
size comparison.
Oh, I love this. I want you to sketch all the time, Ash.
I love sketching for these games. It's so much fun.
Oh, good. Okay, excellent. I will look for opportunities for that to be a thing.
Yeah.
Great. So we have one problem slightly solved, which is that one of us is not currently in its maw, and so the next problem is it either needs to go away or not want to hang out with us, or we can run.
I mean, yeah, it's clearly been like waiting. Like I think it was like curled around one of the larger trees, waiting for something to like come past that was worth eating.
Got it.
But yeah, currently Krastig is wrestling with it via spear, but like you can see the spear go like whoa, like just bend a little bit.
And then this is currently like off of the. Is it on? It's tall, but currently on the ground. I'm having a hard time. Like
It's tall, but it's currently like leant down to like try and wrestle this thing off Krastig.
Awesome. I think that given that. What's up, Sean?
Oh, I was just like, I imagine like flailing around with the spear.
Yeah, I think that what I am going to do is see if Arcady can't successfully turn themselves into a very angry little deer.
Yeah, angry deer.
Angry deer.
A menace to all.
With the teeth.
It's true. Great. So here goes a little bit of that business. I clicked it. Please go.
Please go.
No.
That is unfortunate. I apologize, y'all. I get to open and click some more again.
one thing that I do is I like. There we go. We got a 4 from you.
That's not an exciting number, but I mean, it's not the worst number I've
Is there a
ever
specific
experienced.
6- for transforming into an animal?
Say it again for me.
Is there a specific for like 6 or lower for transforming into a creature?
What it is, so because it isn't about so much you use hold to shapeshift.
Yeah.
And so what it is if on a miss, it's hold 1 in addition to whatever the GM says. So
Right, cool. So you do shapeshift into this like deer thing. But I think as you're doing so, like I think it takes a moment for you to like kind of like adjust your head to like you're kind of like addled for a moment like in the transformation process. And as you do, this huge tail just like swings around and just like slams you, and you just go like flying and like skidding through the like flowers and things. And we see this like brown dirt like path go like get left as you slide through, like just clearing out the colorful flowers.
Yes.
This thing totally has like flowers growing out of like sections of it, right? Like
so good.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Awesome. So Arcadia turns into this sort of like russet little deer critter that is the same size as Arcadia. Like the level of their antlers doesn't change, and the one feature that's maybe of note is like as a strange little deer thing with the same antlers is like a fanged deer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the pleasure of Arcadia getting slammed across the ground.
Yeah. Do you want to take damage or debility for like getting knocked asunder?
I
can tell you how much the damage will be. I think it's a D8.
Oh, how do I make decisions about that? You know what? I will take an ability.
Yep, go for it. Which I think it's got to be like a strength, dex, or constitution ability.
Great. Let me, as soon as I can see them, I will be able to pick. Where did they go?
They are, so there's weakened for strength, and then there's also sluggish to dexterity or shaky for constitution.
There, I found it. Let's see if we get. Here, let someone else do a thing.
Yeah, that's cool. That can be a thing. So yeah, like we hear what sound does Arcadia make as they get like knocked aside?
I think it is like at this point, Arcadia, it turns into this like remarkable like groan, and the sound of like kind of ends in like a groan that turns into a yelp.
Yep.
And all these like in this like fantastic shower of leaf litter and flowers.
Yeah. Krustig, what are you doing about this thing?
I want to get my spear. I think at this point I just want to push the spear further in.
Yeah, that sounds like a solid hack and slash. Go for it.
Excellent.
Try and stab it in the mouth parts. That's an 8.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. So on an 8 for hack and slash, on a 7 to 9, we get to on a 7 to 9 you deal your damage, and the damage also makes an attack against you.
Okay.
I think this works. I think you do damage. I think it because I think it just like I think it like grabs a hold of the spear and like it gets embedded in its mouth, and then it like pulls it out of your hands and starts to like swallow it, which is a bad thing to do with a spear, but also do your damage.
Okay. 8.
Nice, excellent.
And it is messy, forceful, and has piercing 2.
Messy and forceful and piercing 2.
Yeah, it's a huge signature weapon, so it's messy and forceful.
It's your signature weapon. That makes sense. Let me just I got to check what the book says specifically about messy because I have a feeling that that's awesome. And so it has to be. I just need to double check that it will do what I want. Because I have a feeling that you dislodge one of its jaw parts. Where am I? Yeah, sick. So yeah, like one of its jaws just gets like levered and like slashed off, and so it's there with its like the other half of its jaw and like the spear like embedded in its throat as it flails its head around and tries to like come back down and like stab you with the blunt end of the spear that is like embedded in its neck.
Oof.
Can I, at this point, throw a dagger at the large creature?
Yeah, sure.
I want to throw a poisoned dagger and use the bloodweed.
Yep. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that sounds like you're rolling a volley.
Whatcha? 9.
Choose one.
I have to take... No, you know what? I have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit it like right up in like the soft underbelly parts if you put yourself like right there next to its big clawed foots. Do you want to do that? Is that the thing you want to do?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Feral runs up, it's like right into its belly, but these giant clawed foots are right next to it, and
yeah.
I hope this works. You better get the spear.
Roll your damage. Nice, cool. So that is. I'm just gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep a tally here on the GM level so that I can keep track of hit points because that's easier than. So we took 8 and then we've got 3 minus armor, so that is cool. All right. Yeah, it kind of like gets a bit sluggish, right? Like you stab into it and it just kind of like immediately just slows and like starts to and looks like it and like stumbles a little bit, and like one of the giant clawed feet just goes like stomp like right down next to you, like inches away from like, you know, crushing you. So that's neat. But I think the main thing that we're worried about at the moment is the fact that like Caltamox, this thing is now like waving its sluggish head around, and you're up in the tree, and I think there's a risk here. I think it might like end up smashing into you with just like without noticing that you're there.
Yeah. So can I jump sort of back onto another tree like nearby, like, you know, just sort of out of its.
Yeah, that sounds like defying danger with dexterity to me.
Yep. Okay. So sorry. So what am I rolling?
Rolling dex. So that's, you should be able to press the DEX on your character sheet to roll it, or you can type /roll space 2d6 plus and then whatever your dex mod is.
Okay, I'll just do that. 2d6 plus 2.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, you like by this point you're like well aware of what's going on around you. So yeah, like you just like dodge back into another tree and and just get out of the way of this big swinging slow thing.
Yeah, and I was also wanting to throw a dagger, but I can do that like.
Do that now. Roll your volley. What does it look like as you toss these daggers?
Okay. Hang on, sorry. Volley roll. Okay, so that's 2d6. So that's the same roll.
Same again. Yep.
Yep.
Play into your strengths.
Oh, and actually, +2, I think, for the eagle-eyed. So
Yeah. Can you read eagle-eyed to me?
Oh, eagle-eyed is +2 to ranged attacks.
Excellent, nice. So yeah, an additional +2 on that one. So that brings you up to 9. So yeah, choose one. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice, or you have to take damage, take what you can get, and it'll deal less damage.
Move to get the shot, placing me in danger.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Roll your damage then. What's your damage dice?
1d8.
Cool.
It's a 4.
Cool, awesome. And what was the poison that you had on that?
That was Serpent's Tears, which allows anyone dealing damage to the target to roll twice and take the better result.
Awesome, cool. All right, so yeah, this. I think the problem that you have is that if you want to get up close and personal, enough to hit the dagger, like use the dagger to hit somewhere that's in Serpent's Tears, like enough to get Serpent's Tears in. I think you have to go right out on a ledge, right out on like the end of like a branch where it's like actually really like you're pretty sure it's going to support your weight, but like you like toss this dagger and it like makes it, and then you just hear the thing go crack.
Oh.
I think like Arcady, how are you feeling?
Oh golly, Arcady ended
Arcady
up
like hears this sound of like the cracking, and that's like what shakes you to your senses.
Yes, and I went ahead and picked Shaky, so
Cool. But yeah, what's team not the giant weird dinosaur thing? It might accidentally be the evil version of a Pokemon, I'm not sure. Sorry. What's everyone else up to?
everything is great. I think at this juncture, taking Big Crack, is that was that a tree branch? Is that what I am reading into that?
You that Caltamox is like standing on, and they've just like done this cool thing where they like threw this dagger in, we can see that like where the daggers landed, the blood is running super freely, right? It's not like getting all coagulated and like all that. It's just like pouring out of this thing.
Well, that's exciting and very impressive.
But yeah, at the same time, stakes.
So I think the biggest problem for Arcady as Dear Friendo is unfortunately to get out of the way as this and in the process of getting out of the way, it seems as is Sparrow currently like still sort of under the belly of this critter, and like that worked out okay so far.
I mean, so far, like they didn't get crushed because there was a whole inch between them and that foot.
Congratulations. I think that all being said, Arcady is going to sort of launch in and take the probably like take a big flying leap and land somewhere near Sparrow and sort of lay into this thing with those like fangs and some sharp edged hooves.
Cool. Go for it.
Let's see if my character sheet will continue to cooperate. I mean, no promises, right?
We'll see how we go.
Yeah. Please do the thing.
Yeah.
What does the thing say? Yeah, miss. Yes.
I mean, it did the roll.
Yes.
I was happy that it did the roll. Yeah, cool, awesome. I mean, so So you're like laying into this thing like at the tail, or are you trying to get in at the belly as well?
I would probably try to would go and try to back up Sparrow. And
Yeah, cool.
So-
In which case, I mean, like Sparrow tries to like step out of the way to like get away from like like one of these things, and just like trips over this tiny deer. At which point, gets like Sparrow. Let's check the damage here. Oh, that's D10 plus 3 with 3 piercing from the giant claws of the thing.
Minus 1d4.
Yes, that is true. So roll the damage and then roll the minus. Because this is a claw the size of your arm, right? Like
That's no good.
1d10 plus 3.
yes, and then minus a d4 off of it.
our kitty messed everything up.
That's
Not the right number.
that's bad. That's real bad.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
minus 2.
Okay, you take 8 as you you take a big fucking claw through a section of your middle.
My armor takes it down to 7, but that was half of my life.
How much armor do you have?
1.
It's got 3 PS. It ignores the first 3 armor.
Oh, nope. Going down.
So is this tiny little deer friendo springs over there to be helpful? You get tangled up with tiny little deer friend being where your foot is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then big, yeah. Okay, yeah. That.
What happens next?
Tiny deer friend squeaks.
Oh. Oh.
Bleeding profusely from from their guts. Sparrow's gonna just. They don't know exactly where everyone is at this point. Just looks back and goes, "We should leave," and is going to try to safely escape.
Yeah, that sounds like defying danger with dexterity.
Gonna jump and roll.
I would like to help.
Yeah, sounds good. How are you helping?
Leaping on this thing's claw, like trying to pry it out of the way.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So you got help on this one, DC.
Alrighty. 11.
Nice, excellent.
That's a good number.
You bail the fuck out. Yeah, nice. Whereas Krastig seems to still be attempting to wrestle with something approximately like 8 to 12 times his size. And I think we hear like another creak from Caltomox's branch. Caltomox, what's the deal with that? We just going down? Is that the plan?
Can I try to leap to safety, or to yeah.
You can 100% leap to safety, assuming that you can roll dice good.
Okay, all right. So that's a 9.
You can leap to safety on the ground, where but it means that you'll lose your height advantage, right? Like you can land safely with like a 3-point superhero pose, but you're gonna lose that high ground advantage that you had.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I land safely and look around to sort of get a new sort of understand, to sort of look around and sort of get a new kind of perspective on the situation.
Sparrow awkwardly barrels past you, clutching his guts and holding them, clutching their guts and holding them in.
Hey, best friend.
Yep, I'll sort of help sort of carry you out of harm's way.
Cool.
Or prop you up, and yeah.
Hey, Krastig, how's Hug Club?
I need to get my spear back before we run away.
It's still in its neck, so you just have to get to the top of this giant thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up this beast.
Do we feel like so the concern here is that it's just going to throw you across the fucking forest, right? Like it's just gonna flick you off. But like you can have a go at it. That you can. Does it sound like strength is the thing at hand here?
I feel like it is. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a crack. Because if you win, you get the spear. If I win, you become Superman for about 20 seconds.
Well, it's win-win either way, then.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. The problem is when you stop flying. That's the problem. It's not the falling that hurts you. It's the ground at the end.
Rethinking my life choices in 3, 2, 1.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that puts you on top of this thing, holding your spear.
I think I snarl at it. No.
Fucking rad. I mean, what are you doing from here? Because you're like riding it like some kind of crazy cowboy.
I think I'm gonna like reach around and grab the spear and just yank it out of its mouth.
Cool. I feel like that might do damage. Does that sound like a hack and slash to you?
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna like we've established that you get your spear, right? Like
sure.
Yeah, you've got it.
Yeah, I'll hack and slash this thing.
Go for it.
Ooh, this is very. I take a fly.
Is there a space there? Oh.
Do you want to do an additional
D6? Or I
D6?
can just
Do you want to
keep
do regular
rolling
damage?
low?
Or do you want to roll an additional D6 damage and also get hurt?
I will roll an additional D6 damage.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the Serpent's Tears thing where you can re-roll damage.
You can re-roll your damage as well.
Results.
Yep.
Nice.
Results.
Yep.
Okay. I'm good with those. I'll keep those.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't lose it by re-rolling. You choose the better result.
Oh, I choose the better. Oh, yep. Even better. Yeah, I'll keep that first. I'll keep that first one.
Lucky that we got to keep them. Excellent.
Solid choice.
So what's the damage for getting thrown across the forest again? I think we have that here somewhere.
It's at like page 183 of the.
So you're gonna take a D8, as its death throws. Like, I think what happens is you stab it, and it at this point is bleeding profusely out of multiple like major arteries. And like I think you like fully behead it. And as it like tumbles down to the ground, you just fail to get out of the way of like being slightly crushed by a neck.
How gorgeously understated.
That's pretty good for a D8. Nicely done.
All right. Do I get armor for this or no?
Armor will help you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I take 2 damage.
Cool. I mean, yeah, that thing's fucking dead. I believe I was using these colors to draw horrific blood. Blah. There we go. Oh dear. All right. So yeah. So Krastig is lying like slightly pinned under the neck of this thing. Arcady, I'm gonna give you that you can dodge out of the way of it as it falls.
Yay!
And everyone else is kind of stumbling away from the fight. Do we want to go to a break? A little bit early? We can deal with the consequences, or the aftermath when we get back.
Sounds good.
All right, team. We will be back in a couple of minutes. Back soon.